Hello everyone, good morning. Dear authors and invited guests, welcome to technical session 7C. Myself, Adesh Bazare, and this session would be moderated by me. On behalf of Global Knowledge Research Foundation and GIA Scholastic LLP, it is my great pleasure to welcome you to the 10th International Conference on ICT for Sustainable Development, ICT4SD 2025, Goa, India. The 10th edition of the conference is being organized in a hybrid mode. The physical event was being held yesterday in Goa, India, and the virtual event is being held through Zoom from 17th to 19th July 2025. I hope you will enjoy the knowledgeable and interactive sessions through the day. In this session, we have 10 presentations. Each presenter will be given 10 minutes for the presentations and 2 minutes for question and answers. On 9 minutes, I'll raise a gentle reminder. There is another request to all the participants that you all stay connected with us till the closing remarks. If you have any query or update, then you can write it to me in chat box. Just before we start the session, I would like to introduce you all to the chair for this session, Dr. Pritesh Kumar Prajapati. Sir is currently working as an assistant professor at the KD Patel Department of Information and Technology, CSPIT, CHARUSAT, Changa, Gujarat, India. He has almost 11 plus years of academic experience. His research interests include information security and data deduplication. He has published over 16 papers and voluntarily served as a technical reviewer in 35 plus Scopus and Web of Science journals, conference proceedings, and books. Now, I request Dr. Prajapati to share his opening remarks with our presenters.
Thank you. So we'll be expecting from several students also, and several I've seen that author's name. Some students are also there, things like BT students as well as MTech students, and some faculty members are there. So be hoping for a good interactive session. Be covering your presentation, let's say introduction, then why you have selected that dedicated topic for the research, and you can highlight that important methods and other thing. That is expectation from me. Thank you all.
So, thank you, sir, for your warm welcome regards. We'll be proceeding with our presentations, and our first presentation for the session is on the paper title Customized Convolutional Neural Network for Accurate Human Motion Forecasting. The paper will be presented by Navneet S. Patil. Mr. Navneet or any co-authors for this paper, are they present in the meeting? It seems not. We'll move towards our next paper. So our next paper to be presented is Docker Container Security, a scanning-centric security framework. This paper will be presented by V. Sudeep.
Yes, Adesh, I'm here. So Monish, can you present the paper?
Yeah, 1 minute. I have sent a request for sharing the paper. So can someone approve it?
Sir, can you just try sharing the screen again? Maybe my screen share was live. That's why the request might have been sent. Now my screen share is off. You won't need to be sending the request anymore.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I got it. Wait.
Yeah.
Yeah, can you see my screen?
Yes, sir. Your
Yes.
screen is visible.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, Monish, it's visible. So, good morning, everyone. I'm Sudeep. I'm here to present on the project Docker Container Security, a scanning-centric framework developed as part of our BTech project in cybersecurity at Taifa Core at Amrita. So now let's look into the problem statement. As we all know, Docker has been widely used in cloud environments, in software development life cycles, and in experimentation phases where also it is used. Securing containers and the base images is more important than ever because it is widely used. Many hidden images may have vulnerabilities in their basic layers. I mean, the basic libraries, the Docker files, and the Docker base images. So we have come up with a solution for this. So most of the containers has outdated base images and all this stuff. So it can become costlier when it is not detected at the earlier phases. So, as literature services, we have went through many papers, and as it is a project where we are going to develop a tool, so we went through enterprise grade tools that are present in the market. So the tools that we have went through analyzed is Gripe, Trivy, Claire, Docker Scout, and Dagda, and many more tools. But these are the major tools that we have actually analyzed. And the Operation Red Kangaroo by Privasio. This is another literature. It's a part of literature survey where uh, we came to know where all the places where we can keep all the, I mean, the base images can be kept. I mean, it revealed that crypto miners are malware in public Docker images, and all these came from that Operation Red Kangaroo. So, Monish, can you move to the next slide? Okay, so existing gaps and need for our solution. From our literature survey and tool comparison, we identified several limitations in current solutions. Many tools miss version-specific CVEs and raise false positives. And all the tools are CLI based. Some scanners only list the CVEs. They don't give what is the severity scores and fixes for it. So to address this, we have created our own Docker images, run it on all the tools that we analyzed. So it was in the existing tools and our custom solution. This helped us actually to deeply understand how different scanners respond to the kind of Docker containers that we created. So Monish. Okay, this is a high-level architecture diagram of our project. You can see the client sends request to the uploads his Docker image or Docker files to the backend through a REST API, and the results and the CV details and the severity levels and suggested fixes will be sent to the client as well through the REST API. We also have a vulnerability database where we have more than 40,000 plus vulnerability packages and 8 CVs. So let's look into the methodologies and approach that we took. Can you move to the next slide? Yeah. Our approach involved both practical testing and research. We compared the open source tools to find their weakness, and we created our own CV database by scraping some trusted sources and NVD database as well, and developed a custom scanning engine. This scanning engine supports version aware matching, multiple base image formats, Docker file scanning. And we have used Docker for building containers and using its official deprecated base images, and Python as the core language that we use for backend. And Beautiful Soup is actually a Python-based library which is used for which we use to populate our vulnerability database. And SQLite and Postgres, as we know, we used it for the data storage. And Node.js acts as the server-side backend thing for us. So let's look into the next slide. That is okay. We have used React for the front-end framework. As we said, it is a web interface tool. And we have used REST APIs for communication between the front end and back end and as well. And we have compared our tool and benchmarked the tool almost with Gripe, Trivy, Data, and Claire to compare how it's working from other tools. So algorithms and models, so as you can see on the screen, version aware dependency matching. Yes. So we have also built version aware dependency matching engines that could parse package files, like as we know, Node has a package file of package.json that is as mentioned in the slides. So let's look into the results. Yes, this is the scan result. Is a screenshot of our scan results. How our tool would be able to give the scan details, whether the vulnerability is fixed or not, whether it gives a CV in ID and CVSS score associated with it. This is how we have some tools miss to give the CVSS score if it gives the CVA ID. So this is where our tool comes in. So let's see the key findings and comparisons. Moish, can you move to the next slide? Yeah, this is the comparison of our framework with the other existing tools. As you can see, our framework has some limitations, but still, we only have a a web-based interface for this. We don't have a CLI-based interface. And let's look into the next slide, discussions and analysis. Yes, discussions and analysis. All right. Our key strengths are we have a web-based UI for the tool, and scanning will be accessible for the developers who aren't comfortable with command line tools. Comprehensive scanning that goes beyond just system libraries. It includes app dependencies and its configurations as well. Even we face certain challenges that our tool can't analyze the host OS level vulnerabilities. I mean, it can't analyze the kernel level vulnerabilities. So being a web-based tool, yes, being a web-based tool, we can't accommodate a large scan size, and we can't put a big tar file. I mean, us to scan by using this web-based interface. So the impact our tool has made is like it is providing CVSS scores, severity levels, and the CVA ID as well. So this would be useful for the developers to get everything in a single screen. So Monish, can you move to the next one? Yeah.
Excuse me,
So
sir. Yeah,
yes, sir.
sorry to interrupt, but just wanted to mention that you have 2 minutes of time left to conclude your presentation.
Yeah, it would be done. Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. In conclusion, we have proposed a framework that will it allows users to upload base images as well and the Docker files, and it also gives a detailed CV report, and it act based on CVSS scores and mitigation tips as well. In future, we aim to extend it to a level where the kernel-based OS level vulnerabilities will also be detected, and create visual dashboards to show package health and vulnerability trends. Use AI to prioritize CV-based exploitability, usage, and business impact as well. And we have also tested threat models like Stride and Dread, which is already in a testing phase, which would be included in few more days that we are aiming to. Yeah, that's it. Let's look into the references. Monish, can you move to the next slide? Yeah, these are some references that we have used. And thank you. That's it from my side. Any questions, sir?
Okay. Yeah, it was good. Can you convert into startup also? Because it seems like you can provide software as a service kind of platform, right? Be good
Actually,
for
we are
you.
planning. Yes, sir. Actually, we are planning. Thank you for your suggestion. That's why we are having future enhancements that we are planning to do. And we are
Okay.
actually trying to bring in AI as well inside this.
Mhm. One
Yes, sir.
more question for you. Which
Yes,
version of CVFS you have used for 40,000? Was it CVSS 4.0 40,000 Alamity database?
sir. We also actually have 3 to 4 versions of databases included in it, sir. Not only one.
Okay,
We have used several versions.
got it. So I think you are from Amrita, right?
Yes, sir.
Which campus?
Sir, I'm from Coimbatore campus.
I think you might be knowing Professor Ashok Kumar Mohan. He is holding
Yes,
right
sir.
now a
I know. He
company
was
also.
my faculty. Yeah.
Okay, fine. So you can connect with him and convert into a product-based solution kind of thing. Thanks. It was
Sure,
good.
sir. We'll have a word with. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. Now we'll be moving towards our next presentation. And our next presentation will be presented by Navnitesh Patil, who will be presenting his paper on customized convolutional neural network for accurate human motion forecasting.
Yes, sir. Can I share my screen right now?
Sure.
Thank you, sir. Good morning, sir. Is my screen visible right now?
Yes,
Yes,
please
your
come.
screen is visible.
Thank you. With your permission, can I start my presentation?
Sure.
Thank you, sir. Very good morning to everyone out here. I am Navneet Patil, and I'm here with my co-authors Shashidhar, Sakshi, and Arjun from KLA Technological University. And so today we are very much excited to present our research on human motion recognition using convolutional neural networks. It was guided under the mentorship of Satish Tikmat sir, who is a professor. So before diving deep into the model architecture and etc., I would like to give a small introduction of what human activity recognition is. So it basically focuses on identifying human actions from sensors or video data. It has wide range of applications from healthcare monitoring and rehabilitation to gesture-based interface, video surveillance, and even autonomous systems. But why is it so important in everyday life that we use it for human motion prediction? In autonomous vehicles, understanding pedestrian motion improves safety. Like, for example, Volvo uses human motion recognition for automatic braking system. In healthcare, HAR, that is human activity recognition, helps in monitor mobility and detect falls and unusual movement patterns. Moving forward to the literature survey, we have reviewed around 9 different papers having different architectures like hybrid CNN, LSTM models, spatiotemporal in paintings, radar-based recognition, which has given us a lot of insights about various different architectural designs and feature extraction techniques. Keeping a base paper reference, we have used human activity recognition using CNN and LSTM, which was published in 2023, which achieved 98.39% accuracy with CNN and 94.17% using LSTM on the wisdom data set. So now when I want to talk about my methodological section, we have, you can see the flowchart on the screen. That is loading data, pre-processing, testing and training separate. The data is pre-processed and separated into train and testing. We're going to next build and train the model. Then the model, which I'm going to explain, is nothing but a convolutional neural network. The data set here that we have used is UCF50 data sets, which is classified into 50 different classes having around 130, 100, sorry, 1300 videos from YouTube, which has realistic and unstructured human motion. For ease of training, pre-processing, and understanding of what exactly the model is going to do, we have classified it into 4 different classes. Like out of 50 action classes, we have taken out 4. That is Tai Chi, swimming, horse racing, and walking with a dog. We have chosen these 4 particularly because of the diversity in the motion and in the environment of the surrounding of the video frames. In the pre-processing section, we have split each video data into individual frames. Every frame was resized into fixing height and width to reduce complexity. We capped the number of frames per class using max image per class to maintain dataset balance. All frames are normalized and labeled using class list, which defined our 4 activity categories. This pre-processing stage majorly ensures uniform input to the CNN and avoids training-based bias due to class imbalance. So what exactly our architecture consists of? There is a convolutional network, there are input layers, there is a convolution layers, there are max pooling layers, flattening layers, dense layers, dropout layers, output layers. Sorry. Yes, so the input layer takes resized video frames as an input. The convolution layer apply filters to detect features like motion edges and body outlines. Max pooling layers downsample the data by using batch normalization. Then reducing computational by preserving key features. Flattening layer as its what key role is to convert feature maps into one-dimensional vectors, and these dense layers in between are used to make predictions on higher level features. So this was all about the model architecture that I've discussed. Talking about the results and moving further about the results, we trained and observed a steady increase in accuracy and a consistent decrease in loss with each epoch. On the screen, you can observe some part of epoch showing increase in accuracy and decrease in the loss. There is a validation accuracy of 0.9586 that is increased up to 98.87, and a validation loss is gradually decreased. So after sufficient epoch running, we achieved a final accuracy of 99.09% on our particular data set, outperforming the baseline CNN accuracy in the referenced paper. And here you can see the validation curve and the total loss validation curve also, where you can definitely observe the same pictorial representation of that is nothing but the graph. It is the loss is gradually decreasing and the accuracy is gradually increased. Here are some more images with respect to what exactly the final epoch running. So in the first image, you can see out of the 200 epoch, the accuracy is achieved is 0.9909. That is nothing but 99.09%. So this is the accuracy that we have got after training and testing the model. In total, I would like to conclude by telling that we have summarized over here. We demonstrated the CNN that are highly effective for frame-based human motion recognition. By using UCF50 dataset and applying careful pre-processing techniques, we were able to classify 4 distinct actions with 99.09 accuracy. While CNN works well for static spatial data, we don't capture motion over time. So for the future work, I can tell that we can add LSTMs or transformers or such hybrid models like we had referenced on different papers to model temporal dependencies across different frames. In conclusion, that's what, as I mentioned before, CNN achieves an impressive accuracy of 99.09. By analyzing the accuracy graphs, we can conclude that the activities can be recognized at high level of accuracy for 4 different classes. So these are the reference sections that the references of all the 9 papers that we have used over here. Thank you for your attention. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir. We are happy to present this paper on a conference, and we are glad that we are going to present the paper over here. And if any questions, we're open to answer for anything. Thank you.
Yeah. Can you implement for real life, let's say CCTV is on and you want to identify some malicious activity? Let's say a person is having gun with him or her, right? And can you train such kind of model and algorithm for this kind of application? I think that will be better in future also, that you can integrate into live CCTV and you can provide the alert to law enforcement agencies and other thing. Otherwise, the experiments and the data set you have taken, that was good.
Yes, sir, definitely. We can add such applications to this. Like adding on to this, we can also use object detection also in this. And while the movement of the hand, one person or the camera can detect whether it is a gun or anything in his hand. When I went to Sir M. Visvesvaraya Museum, there is an object detector which actually detects and lets you know which any threat is there. So this is already implemented. We can small scale it and train the models and implement it in future purposes. Definitely, sir. We can try it and train it out.
For example, airport authorities, right, will be having this kind of application, but let's discuss about tier 2 and tier 3 cities. So you can provide such kind of solution for local level LEE, right? It'll be better option. Thanks.
Yes, sir. Sure, sir.
Thank you, sir. Now we'll be moving towards our next presentation. Yeah. So the next presentation will be for the paper title, Factors Influencing Generation Z's Adoption of Digital Wallets as a Payment Method. This paper will be presented by Chaitra S. Raju. Do we have the author or any co-authors of this paper?
Yes.
Yeah,
Can I present?
sure. Ma'am, are you facing any technical issues?
Are you able to see my screen?
Not on my side. Dr. Prajapati, are you able to
No.
see it? Okay, yeah.
Are you able to see my screen?
No, ma'am, there seems to be some technical issue. Let's do one thing. You just ping me in the chat box, like maybe what the issue is. We'll proceed with our further papers. We'll take your presentation later.
Okay.
Yeah. So moving further, we have our next presentation, which will be presented by S. Asha, and she'll be presenting a paper on health monitoring system for the elderly.
Yes, good morning. I am available here.
Yeah. Good morning, ma'am.
I hope my screen
Yes,
is
ma'am.
visible.
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay, very good morning to everyone present for this conference presentation. Myself, Asha, I'm working as a professor at NIT Rourkela. My topic is about health monitoring system for the elderly. This is one of my BTech students' final year project, but currently he is not available. That's why I am presenting on behalf of him. So the presentation goes like this: introduction, problem statement, research objectives, proposed work, results, findings and interpretation, discussion, and references. So as we all know that, like according to a study, like 1 out of every 20 people over the age of 65 are prone to Alzheimer's disease. Actually, this is one of the neurological condition which will make the people who are affected will be having a very poor navigation skills, and also they may forget from where they come and what they are doing. So in such situations, it is very difficult for them to identify. Like we would have seen many cases like this person is not available or missing kind of thing. This is mainly because of this Alzheimer's disease, but it is not, if it is not detected and diagnosed and treated properly, it is going to be a health hazard for that particular elderly people. So in order to monitor the elderly individuals, and we are trying to make one app, but what we are trying to do is we are creating, we developed one app. That app is going to be working on normal person also. And if there is abnormality in the heart rate or any health parameters, it is going to collect all those things in the background, and it is going to identify whether there is there is a chance of that particular person getting this disease. So it can be applied for the person who was already diagnosed with heart diseases, Alzheimer's disease, and who are also normal, but they may be prone to that kind of diseases in the future also that can be used. So for this, we are developing, we developed one app. But only criteria is like we just put one condition, like we are using it only on Apple Watch, Apple devices, iOS devices only we used, just because it is like when we take this iOS devices, it is very less complex when compared to the Android devices. And also when we take Android devices means we have to work on many different screen sizes, resolutions, and also different versions of Android kind of thing. And it is also less secure when compared to iOS mobile phones. And whenever we are having these iOS mobile phones and smart watches, Apple Watch, it will be better. We will be getting a better information when related to the other things. So we focused only on iOS devices. Once it is successful, we may plan for the other Android devices also. So in this case, elderly individuals, we need to take the necessary features which will give that the person may be prone to some kind of diseases, or he is missed of something. Apart from that, we are trying to find out the location of the people also. So the problem statement is to create an iOS application to track vitals and ensure the safety of elderly individuals, especially those suffering from Alzheimer's and other neurological conditions. So our focus is only to this. So our objective is to monitor the vital parameters such as heart rate, step counts with relevant notifications to the caretaker's iPhone. Apart from that, live location tracking is also installed in that. And we'll be getting an alert for the completion of elders. Like the doctor is instructing a particular patient to have some 20 minutes of exercise or certain kind of thing. So we'll be sending an alert to that, the time is over. Or if the time is not yet complete like that, that alert is also done. And also we will be having some relevant, pushing some relevant information at the background to take some action in the future. For this, we are just doing some machine learning concepts to predict if there is a chance for that particular person to have some disease in the future or not. So in the proposed system, we wanted to deliver an end-to-end system for individuals to be able to monitor the vitals, the elderly family members, and also the data collected from the elders watch is stored in the collection and it is authenticated by the caretaker. And then we are using a cloud store because like we can monitor it from anywhere in the world. And also we were trying to locate the location of the person who is wearing the device. For prediction, we are using machine learning algorithm. So to increase the efficiency for the whatever data we are sending, we are using the Firebase, which can work automatically in the background. So this is how the model goes. Login and register. So here, new user will be registering, existing can be login to the app. And then we are having some health carousel list of features for the app, so that which can be accessible. And also the profile page will be having all the medical information related to that particular person who is having that iOS device. And we are just going to calculate the heart rate and step count, location tracking, background and along. And this coronary heart disease prediction is also done based on the data collected at the background. So this is the architecture of the proposed system. Elders Apple Watch, heart rate, step count, location, medical data are collected. And then we are passing on this query to this with the help of the background delivery. We are storing it in the cloud Firestore. In the caretaker's iPhone, we will be having these kind of modules which will help us to do that. That is visualization, alerts, live tracking, step goal profile, all those things will be available in the caretaker's phone. We'll be having two phones, one at the caretaker and other at the elder person. So as usual, login and register is going to do that. For that, we will be doing the authentication also. We are using the Firebase authentication to grant access to the corresponding collections in the thing. So this is how my login register module looks like. So registering, login to the account. Like you can see that registering, it is going to collect some information, important information. This login and register is common to both the caretakers and also the elderly persons watch. In all the phones, we are having a common login and register account. And the health, we have named it as Grand Health. So we'll be having, if I wanted to visualize the heart condition, step count, or whatever it is, we can make use of this particular module in that. So in the health carousel, like we are just calculating, we are just scanning the heart rate, step count, and also location of that particular elderly person. So for that, we are using the JSON decoder to extract and decode the incoming byte stream of data. It can be stored in the hashable, codable, and identifiable array of hash. So we have to be more careful in storing the data, or whenever we are transmitting the data from the elderly person to the caretaker or to the cloud base, we have to be more careful that the data is not corrupted, or it is not prone to any kind of attacks. Apart from that, the profile page also consists of the basic information. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt. Just wanted to mention that you have got 2 minutes of time left to conclude the presentation.
Okay. Thank you. I'll move on. So it also consists of the basic information of the elder and the caretaker, such as the email ID, elder's height, weight, and so on. This is the module where we'll be having the health rate, abnormal heart rate, or we'll be having the step count. So all those details will be collected from the smartwatch, and it will be stored. And if there is any abnormality, it will be notified to the caretaker. Sometimes if the caretaker is not available or not responding, means we can just go for the next emergency contact. Location tracking, as we all know that the Alzheimer people may lose the directions. They may forget about the path. So in that case, we'll be tracking the live location of the person with the help of this particular app. And this is the screenshot of the location and direction tracking. And background and alert, as I said, like even if it is a normal person, if he is using that, the data is collected at the background and it is going to be always check if there is any abnormality. So we are just trying to find if he may be prone to some kind of disease or something. For that, we'll be having the machine learning algorithms to predict. So for that only, whatever data we are collecting at the background, we are just using that. In this case, what we have done is we have taken the data set from CHT data set from the Kaggle, and we have taken only the important factors such as age, gender, smoking history, heart rate, blood pressure, blood glucose, etc. from that, and we are working on that. And this is how the thing is predicted. And if there is any chance of risk of coronary heart disease, you'll be getting an alert to the email that at this particular time we got this. So there may be a chance of coronary heart disease. So these are all some of the results, like what are all the, like as we are training it for prediction, we are using the machine learning algorithm. So in that case, what are all the missing data? Based on that, what are the parameters we have to correct it? We are using this missing features, various missing features like body mass index, BP, age, then current smoker, all those things, yeah, diabetic or not. So based on that, we are just trying to find out the missing features and the case counts. Like we have taken the 10 years of data from the CHT data set, and based on that, we are able to find out, like for the past 10 years of data, which age group is prone to more health issues. So that we have found out. And this is like comparison of various parameters, which tells us that a particular person is prone to CHT. Then the accuracy of the taken machine learning algorithms, the different machine learning algorithm we have taken. Support vector machines gives a very good accuracy. In the case of F1 score also, we are having support vector machine is giving a very good result. And this is the comparison of accuracy in F1 score based on various ML algorithms. So we are able to get support vector machine is providing 89% accuracy and 87% F score. So of this findings, we have like if the person missing data is 9% followed by the blood pressure medication and cholesterol by 9%. So if the missing data is like that, there may be a chance of this. And also the people with highest risk of developing CHT are between the age group of 51 and 63. And like when we take the smoker, it is not having some prevalent role in the determining whether he will be having that congenital heart disease or not. And we can improve the accuracy and performance of the model if more data samples are added for the minority classes also. As I said, we are focusing only on iOS application that can be moved on to any kind of Android device also. And these are all my references. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. I have only two questions. In the diagram, you shown that on the right-hand side, documents near to that Firebase. And second is which hashing algorithms was used in this particular system. Thank you. Hello.
Hello, I'm not
Yeah.
getting it. Yes, sir.
I have two questions, ma'am. In your proposed system, you store some documents on the right-hand side of that particular proposed system in the Firebase. So which are the documents? And second is you have created some unique hashing kind of identity for the elderly
Yes.
people. So which hashing
Yes.
algorithm was used? That are only my two questions from me.
Which hash algorithm?
Yeah.
What? SHA-255, 252.
Oh, okay. And which documents are being stored near to that Firebase? Is it medical reports or something like that?
So no. Actually, we are collecting some background information, right? So those data will be saved in the Firebase. And if I wanted to know the other health records, means we'll be looking at the profile of the particular person.
Got it. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Now we'll be moving towards our next presentation. And the next paper to be presented is multimodal MRI imaging and deep learning for predicting MGMT promoter methylation in gliomas, which will be presented by Shwetanshu Agrawal.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, sir.
Yes, I'm available.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm available. Due to
Yes.
my unstable network connection, my colleague or my co-author is going to present this paper. Samudra, you can present it.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Just give me 1 second. I'll start the presentation.
Yes, sir.
Is my screen visible?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Very good morning to one and all present here. Today, me and Swetanshu are proud to show you our presentation on our paper, which is the multimodal MRI imaging and deep learning for predicting MGMT promoter methylation in gliomas. Now, what exactly are we doing? Our research addresses a critical need in oncology, that is the non-invasive prediction of MGMT promoter methylation, a powerful biomarker that guides chemotherapy response in glioma patients. Traditionally, biopsy-based assessment with sampling can cause an error or a delay in treatment. So we over here propose a deep learning pipeline that combines a robust pre-processing with an automated 3D segmentation via a UNet 3D model and a custom efficient classifier for leveraging our four MRI modalities. That is T1, T1C, T2, and FLAIR. Okay, now glioblastoma remains the most aggressive adult brain cancer with median survival under just 1 year. MGMT promoter status strongly predicts and uh, responsiveness for the growth of the patient. Our goal is to establish a multimodal MRI and deep learning to predict this methylation status quickly and non-invasively, thus reducing the biopsy risks and expediting treatment decisions. So our main motivation for this is clinical reliability, rich MRI data which we had, and our advancements in AI, which also helps us to create our models, and our accessibility for clean data. Now, what innovations are we bringing? Because as you might have known, there are already multiple models based on this. Now, what we over here we are doing, there's a hybrid 3D unit plus an efficient net for a spatially aware segmentation, after which the efficient net-based custom model, including our CNN, also uh, classifies our tumor subregions. Okay, then there is our 3D augmentation, which also helps us to mimic anatomical variants to improve the robustness of our model. Okay, then there is our GradCam heat maps to actually show where the tumor is. Okay, now there are a couple of things which we have to address, which are to mainly improve the patient outcomes. Okay, our entire papers is so that a patient can have much, sorry, rather a doctor can have much more time to understand that this patient can have a glioma. so that his life can be saved, and basically to reduce the risks of bi- biopsies just to confirm the case. Now, in our scope, there are main clinical focus like will be to de- deploy our models in various clinics and especially o- oncological centers so that we can quickly get our product into the market so that it can help people. And our main in case of research and development is to explore more 3D reconstruction ways to enhance the spatial context. Now, we have studied some existing papers which are there. They often rely on 2D slices, suffer from small homogeneous data sets, and lack more modular pipelines. Our work ad addresses these gaps with a hybrid 3D approach and extensive augmentations. Now, as you can see, these are our model training results. We have trained on the RSNA MICCAI data with 3D augmentations. And we have a cross-fold validation which yielded an AUC of 0.86 and accuracy of 96%, demonstrating robust performance across all the data streams. Now, this is our main ar architecture flow. As you can see, first the radiologist is going to input our 4 streams of MRI data, which is then going to be into our pre-processing module, which is then going to feed it into a 3D unit model, okay, which is going to create a 3D segmentation area. Then there is a slice extractor and our classification model, which will actually classify based on the segmentation area ki what type of glioma it is. Then it will give you the output based on the probability score, its methyl label, and its explainability factor. As you can see, these are our 3D test uh, results based on a real life case.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, yes.
Sorry to interrupt. Just wanted to mention that you have 2 minutes of time left to conclude your presentation.
Yeah, sure, sure. Okay, so basically some challenges which we had faced is the annotation samples were quite limited, and mainly the multimodal registration was quite difficult on our part. We had to play around with different mo modalities, and also optimization and batch sizing was a huge issue for us because, as you know, the 3D unit and efficient combination creates a huge computational load. So we got around these areas. Now, if we talk about something which can be done in the future, as I had said before, we can do a deep dive into various kinds of new 3D re reconstructions, then real-time clinical integrations. Also, think about different types of self-supervised learning or semi-supervised learning, a integrating some sort of LLM so that our results can be much more explained to the doctor or to the patient itself. That's all from my side. Thank you.
Just to conclude, guys, from this pipeline, we can achieve a non-invasive type of biopsy. Like instead of biopsy, we can directly go through our pipeline, and from our pipeline, our doctor can get a GPS location of your tumor, and which will be saving hundreds of millions of life without having a biopsy. and it will be getting a perfect GPS location in the 3D image. Instead of getting it as a MRI poster or a X-ray, you will be getting a doctor will be getting into a 3D type of structure where he can locate where how is your tumor and how it is growing. So this is how the innovation look like. So what we have done till now. Thank you, guys.
Okay, good to see that's kind of work. Now, only one question: have you concerned any doctor during this particular
Yes,
work or
sir.
something?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah.
sir. We actually have, so that, basically what kind of, MRI datas were to be used for the reconstruction part, and also what kind of interface would the lect have, because now after the creating our models and all, we are talking about creating a much more robust interface for the radiologists and all. For these things, we have consulted them.
Sir, I know like glioblastoma is the most aggressive type of cancer growing in the adult right now. So for getting the data as well and for consulting in the every step of our research, we have consulted.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Thank you so
sir.
much, guys.
Now,
Thank
yeah.
you.
Now we'll be moving towards our next presentation, and the next paper to be presented is the paper title Factors Influencing Generation Z's Adoption of Digital Wallets as a Payment Method. The paper will be presented by Chaitra S. Raju.
Can I share my screen?
Yes, ma'am, you can share your screen.
Are you able to see my screen?
No.
No.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you able to see my screen?
No,
No.
your screen is not visible yet. Ma'am, as I mentioned previously, if you are facing any technical issues, you can just ping me and we'll resolve it over the chat box, in the private chat box. Till then, we'll move towards our next presentations as we have a time constraint here. So moving further towards our next presentation, we have the paper title Optimizing Phishing Detection, a Robust Feature Selection Using Hybrid GA-PSO, which will be presented by Richa Goenka.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So shall I share my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
So is it visible?
Just a minute, ma'am. It's showing that you have started screen share, but the screen is not visible yet. Yeah, now it's visible.
Okay.
Yeah.
So a very good morning to the session chair, the organizers, and all my fellow participants. I am Richa Goenka, and I am a PhD scholar at Manet. So this paper is a part of my PhD research, which is in the area of phishing detection. It was an intermediate work. So the topic of the paper is optimizing phishing detection, a robust feature selection using hybrid GA-PSO. So these are the contents which I'll be covering throughout the course of my presentation. Now, first of all, a brief introduction to phishing. So phishing is mainly, it is a launchpad for various cyber attacks. These attacks can be to spread malware, or they can be to for the purpose of defamation, for business espionage. So what happens is the attacker first of all creates a web page which is a fake web page. It resembles a genuine web page. Then the attacker registers it through any of the free web hosting domains, or it can also pay for that particular domain, and then they share the URL of that domain through various distribution mediums. Then these mediums can be emails, SMS, or any social media, instant messaging, and they are shared by various victims. Then these victims can also be general victims. I mean, the attacker can share multiple emails and hope that some of them can respond, or they can also be targeted. That is called as spear phishing or whaling, where targeted individuals are sent these phishing links, phishing URLs. Then once a victim clicks on those URL and enter their credentials, they are captured by the attacker, and the attacker then uses those credentials for further to purpose for their own purpose, that is for the monetary gains or for any other like spreading of malwares or for defamation or espionage. Now, these are the various phishing detection approaches which are being used currently. One is user education based and one is software based. So user education based techniques involve conducting user trainings or spreading awareness. But since internet is widely available to millions of users and it is not feasible or practical to conduct trainings for such a large number of users, so software based phishing detection techniques are the only viable option that we have to stop this menace. Now, it is further divided into list-based techniques, heuristic-based techniques, visual similarity-based techniques, and certain hybrid techniques also there, which employ multiple techniques of software-based. So, list-based techniques are database dependent, and they are applicable only for those those phishing attacks which have been previously seen or reported. So, they are not able to identify zero-day phishing attacks, that is the attacks which are not being seen previously. So for that, we are focused on heuristic-based techniques. Heuristic-based techniques are further classified as URL-based techniques, source code-based techniques, and third-party based techniques. So they are dependent upon the features which are being used. Now, these are the certain characteristics which are being exhibited by a typical phishing URL. Like the phishing URLs mostly are of longer length. They have a large number of subdomains to deceive the victims. They have the presence of IP address instead of the domain name, so that the attacker doesn't have to pay for the domain addressing. There are presence of misspelled brand names, or the brand names can be also the attacker can interchange the subdomain and the brand name. For example, the attacker can register a name of something facebook.shopping.com. So the actual domain name would be shopping, but since a user is unsuspecting, once they see the name as Facebook in the URL, then they can click on that particular phishing URL. So these are certain heuristic based techniques that are depend upon the common properties which are exhibited by a typical phishing URL, and try to look for these properties in a suspicious URL or a suspicious web page. Then the source code based technique, what they do is from a suspicious URL, they visit the web page. Then through various Python programming, through various libraries like Selenium, they extract the HTML code of that web page, and from that HTML code they try to extract the features which are there in a phishing web page. For example, they might be externally redirecting hyperlinks in a phishing web page, or they try to extract the title of a web page and match it with the domain name. So these are then the third party based features. They are based depending upon the third party results. For example, a search engine results, the who is feature, the page rank, or the DNS details. But these are since they are third party based, so they might lead to latency. Now, there are different feature selection techniques. That's a part of our project that we are using feature selection. There are different techniques of feature selection, that is filter-based methods, wrapper methods, and embedded methods. Now, filter-based methods evaluate features individually, considering their relationship with the target variable, but they're independent of the machine learning model. This example is correlation, information gain, and mutual information. Then in this paper, we are focusing on the wrapper method, that is example is forward selection, backward elimination. Now, what the wrapper methods do is they create feature subsets. They work iteratively, and they, depending upon a stopping criteria, they evaluate the subset selected, and that criteria can be a number of iterations, or they can also be that is, if there is no significant improvement in the accuracy or whatever the metrics is being chosen in subsequent iterations, they stop at that time. That will be the subset chosen. Now, this is the proposed methodology in this paper. We have used a dataset from the UCI phishing website dataset. It's a publicly available dataset with the features extracted. Then we are employing the hybrid GA-PSO feature selection, followed by the training of machine learning models, and then the training and testing of the machine learning models, and then calculation of the accuracy. So this is the hybrid GA-PSO feature selection, where first of all, we are initializing the population of chromosomes. Each chromosome characterize a set of 1 and 0, and where 1 indicates the presence of a feature and 0 indicate the absence of a feature. Then we evaluate the fitness of each chromosome. We apply the fitness function of GA phase for calculating the best value. This fitness function, in this fitness function, we are using random forest algorithm and calculating and checking the accuracy, and we are stopping after 100 iterations if there or if there is no subsequent improvement in the accuracy for in the subsequent iterations. Then the output of this GA phase is given as an input to the PSO phase. Then the PSO phase, when we are updating the particle velocity and position the fitness function of PSO phase, and we are stopping the PSO phase if the maximum iterations are reached, and then when the output feature subset is being generated. That feature subset would be used to further in various 7 different ML algorithms are being used with these extracted features, and then the calculation of various performance evaluation metrics are being used. So this is the dataset description. We are using a publicly available dataset from the UCI machine learning repository, where 4898 is the phishing URLs and 6157 is the legitimate URLs. The number of features is 31 in this dataset, and this is the results achieved, where XGBoost achieved the maximum accuracy of 97.51%, followed by a random forest of 96.92%. And the precision is also, the recall is almost 100% in XGBoost at 99.17%. And we also calculated the results which without the proposed feature selection. In that case, the accuracy dropped to 96.07% for XGBoost and 95.57% for random forest, and for other algorithms also accuracy was reduced. Then we also did comparison with certain existing approaches on the same data set. There, the technique which use information gain, they achieved an accuracy of 95.179%. And the technique which use multiple wrapper methods, they are getting the maximum accuracy of 97.3%. And the technique which use only generic algorithm based, they have an accuracy of 95.2527%. And only PSO based accuracy was 96.83%, but the proposed approach has an accuracy of 97.51%. And we also perform the stability analysis of the feature selection. The stability analysis is done to check how stable the features are, or a technique is, or mean how in particular in subsequent iterations, if the more number of features are being changed or not. So it is calculated by the use of Jaccard similarity index, and we achieved the stability analysis of it was as 0.81, as a mean Jaccard index, which demonstrates high stability. And then the limitations of this approach is it is computationally expensive because by the use of genetic algorithm, and also if this particular data set has only 31 features, but if we use it for a large feature set, then it might be very slow.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Yeah, I just wanted to mention you have 2 minutes of time left to conclude your
Yeah.
presentation.
Yeah. So the conclusion and feature scope, the conclusion is we use a hybrid feature selection technique for phishing detection, and we use genetic algorithm and particle swarm optimization for the same. Then the approach resulted in improved performance for multiple ML algorithms by removing the irrelevant features. But the feature scope can be, we can use a more diverse data set which involves more features. However, it can lead to more time constraints, and but it can ensure comprehensive detection. These are the references which were used in the paper, and I'm open to any queries.
Okay. So I think this is your PhD task, right? In support to that, have you considered trust factor of that URL? Have you explored this?
I'm sorry, sir.
Factor. Let's say I am having that website abc.com.
Yes,
right?
sir.
So you'll be having some features and other thing.
Okay.
But whether the abc.com,
Mhm.
let's say we are having so many trust factors, like when it was started, who's the domain owner, and what are the multiple load balancer or something, availability of the data and other things.
Sir, the owner of the website, that all these comes in the third-party features. So we are not
Okay.
considering third-party features because those might increase the latency.
Mhm.
So we are only
Fine.
using the features which are not dependent on the data set, on the database. That is, only the heuristic features are being used here.
So, okay. Are you aware about I4C initiative by Government of India? I4C initiatives.
Sir, no, sir.
So you can explore it and you can connect with them. They can provide the huge data set within the India region, the phishing URL and other things.
Okay, sir. So surely I'll look into it. Thank you.
Okay, fine.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. we'll be proceeding towards our next presentation. And our next presentation will be presented by Chaitra S. Raju on the paper title Factors Influencing Generation Z's Adoption of Digital Wallets as a Payment Method. Due to some technical issues, the presentation will be shared from my side. I'll just share it in a minute. Just give me a minute here. Yeah, is the screen visible?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you, Adesh.
Sure.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. I'm really honored to present our research title, Factors Influencing Gen Z's Adoption of Digital Wallet as a Payment Method. Okay, I am Chaitra along with my co-authors Arati Nimisha from Amrita School of Business. This research is a part of our contribution to the 10th International Conference on ICT for Sustainable Development. Moving on to the introduction part. Can you please? Okay, thank you. Okay, on to the introduction part. I just want to explain something about the shift towards digital payment is reshaping India's financial landscape. And with the government promoting initiatives like Digital India and UPI, digital wallets have emerged as a key player. Our study focused on Gen Z's tech-savvy demographic who preserves with define the future of digital payments. Understanding their behavior is crucial for creating a cashless and inclusive economy. Moving to the novelty of the study, and what makes our study unique is exclusive focus on Indian Gen Z users, a segment underrepresented in existing literature, and we aim to identify the most critical factors influencing their adoption behavior, offering fresh insight to marketers and fintech developers. This specifically Gen Z is a critical demography for future digital payment adoption, as we all know about the digital part and the transaction, everything that we done. Offers actionable insights for fintech companies and policymakers and business in the Indian market. Next slide. Okay, this is a link that we done about literature part, and we reviewed some studies on mobile wallet usage behavior, perceived security, and user satisfaction. And we drew some global and Indian studies to build a relevant foundation for our conceptual model. Next slide. And this is our research questions. And we framed 3 research questions. Does perceived ease of use influence adoption? Does perceived usefulness influence adoption? And does perceived security play a significant role? And these 3 questions shape and help us to move into deep of this research. This is the hypothesis part. And first one is there is a positive relationship between perceived ease of use and adoption of e-wallet. Second one is there is a positive relationship between perceived usefulness and the adoption of e-wallet. Third one is there is a positive relationship between security and the adoption of e-wallet. Based on the technology acceptance model, we hypothesized these 3 and influencing the digital wallet adoption. Our model identifies the adoption as the dependent variable and other 3 as the independent variable. And this is the conceptual model we made. Next slide. Moving on to the methodology part, we conducted a descriptive cross-sectional study using a structured questionnaire. Data was collected from 220 Gen Z respondents using convenient sampling, and we used SPSS for regression and correlation analysis. Next slide. This is the analysis part we done. The regression analysis revealed that 56.5 of the variance in adoption is explained by our 3 variables. Among them, ease of use had the highest impact, followed by usefulness, and security, while still significant, had the weakest effect. And this is the model summary and ANOVA model. Next part. Okay, move to the next slide. This is the correlation part under the descriptive statistics and that we done through the analysis part. Moving on to the result part. In terms of average scores, usefulness was rated the highest, that's 4.15, followed by adoption 4.05, ease of use 3.96, and security 3.72. This suggests that while Gen Z sees digital wallets as useful and widely acceptable, there are still security concerns. Findings mostly previous slide, please. Okay, ease of use has strongest impact of adoption, and as I mentioned, if the platform is easy to use, people are more likely to adopt it. And usefulness a stronger factor, and people adopt a platform when they find it beneficial. While important security alone does not drive adoption significantly for digital wallets. Next one. And here, the ease of use has the strongest correlation with adoption. And if people find a service easy to use, they are highly likely to adopt it. Usefulness is also strongly correlated with adoption with 0.594. A useful service is more likely to be accepted. The security part has the weakest correlation with adoption. The people do not care security, but they prioritize ease of use and usefulness. Moving on to the conclusion part. Next slide. Ease of use is the strongest driver of adoption, and the usefulness also matters significantly. The security is important, but alone it's not a primary adoption trigger. Ease of use is the most important factor for adoption, that if people find a service or platform easy to use, they are highly likely to adopt it. And the organizations should prioritize user-friendly design, intuitive navigation, and clear instructions. For companies, this implies focus on intuitive, value-added features and balanced security protocols to attract Gen Z users. And the usefulness is also a matter that people adopt a platform when they see clear benefits and value in using it. The businesses should highlight the platform's unique benefits and demonstrate how it meets users' needs. The platform is well accepted, but there is room for improvement. Adoption is high, and most users rate the service positively. Security reserved the lowest score, and indicating that improvement in the area could boost overall satisfaction. And here is our reference part. And here are some of the key studies and sources that informed our work. We also provided links to open access papers for future reading. Thank you for your attention and happy to present it.
Okay. For your reference, I have just provided one paper. You can explore it and you can connect with your topic to the paper topic also. It is from IIT's faculty. Just for sharing for your reference by Sandeep Suklasa from IIT Kanpur.
Okay.
This is aligned with your work, so you can later on explore this plugin also, because this is recently just got this. So just there for your reference in the chat window. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Now we'll be moving towards our next presentation. The paper title to be presented is Process of Imprecise Data Using New Methods of Neutroscopic Set, and the presentation will be delivered by Soumitra De. Mr. Soumitra or the co-author for this paper?
I'm trying to share in the screen.
Sir, you're not quite audible. There seems to be some disturbance in the background.
Sound is audible?
Yeah, let me just cross-check it once. Dr. Prajapati, is it audible to you clearly?
A little bit noise is there on the background.
Yeah.
I think it might be due to the fan, but we can hear it. It's fine. If you wish to continue, you can.
I'm trying to switch out the fan.
Sure. No, yeah, now it's fine. You may present your share your screen to present your presentation.
Okay. I want to share, but
Are you facing any technical issues? Okay.
uh, I'm trying to share my screen, but screen is not visible, right?
So right now your screen was visible actually, the meeting homepage.
You can
Okay,
share your
okay,
full
yeah,
screen.
okay, just a minute.
Yeah, it's visible.
Screen is visible?
Yes, sir, it's visible.
Yes.
You may proceed with your presentation.
Actually, this presenting mode is not working properly.
I think in that case, you need to share your full screen and the Zoom. Either you can continue with the screen or you can stop sharing and reconnect with the full screen.
Sir, to present, you can use a shortcut on your keyboard. There must be a FN button near the control at the very bottom and the F5 button at the very top. Just press it simultaneously and it will go into presentation mode.
Sorry, sir, some problem is there. You just continue, then one after, then I will start. Some problem is there.
Okay.
Okay, sure. No worries. So we'll be moving towards our next presentation. And the next presentation will be presented by Nisha Verma for the paper title Smartness and Sustainability in Footwear.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So can I share my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
So my screen is visible.
Yes, it's visible.
Good morning, everyone. Myself, Nisha Verma, and I am from the Alvag Educational Institute. My today topic is smartness and sustainability in footwear. These are some set table of content I will discuss here. Abstract introduction, smart footwear, issue related to smart footwear alternatives and sustainable, and conclusion. Abstract. Technological advancement has. Sorry, एक second रुकिएगा, sorry. Hello.
Yes.
So my screen is visible.
Yes, it's visible.
So, but I cannot see.
We can see the abstract, not an issue. The current slide is abstract.
See.
You can stop sharing and reconnect with, I think, screen sharing option.
Yes, sir, I'm reconnecting. So now visible?
No, ma'am. Still the abstract slide is only visible.
Okay.
Why don't you stop screen? Now it's moved to introduction. Okay.
Thank you. Footwear is an essential item that protects the feet and enhance user performance. Several factors depends upon these, like footwear market trends and style, fashion, functionalities, comfort, lightweight design, and durability, as well sustainability. The global footwear industry is being refreshed by two major factors: smart functionalities and sustainability. Increased consumer awareness about environmental impact and physical wellness drives demand for smart and sustainable footwear. Smart footwear. According to Webster Dictionary, footwear is the partial or full coverage of the foot with the bottom sole. Foot is structure importance. The human foot has a complex structure, and incorrect posture during standing, walking, or running can lead to various problems. That we can see in the pictures. Correct standing position: feet should be hip width apart and point straight ahead. Common incorrect posture include outward pointing feet, duck feet, and inward pointing feet. Pigeon toe with can cause pain and reduce performance. Flat feet occurs when the arches of the feet clubs increase ground contact, leads to reduced cushioning and support. Flat feet can be flexible or rigid. High arches, in the contrast to flat feet, high arches reduce the contact area with the ground, which may also lead the discomfort or performance issue. How do we identify these problems? The whole body weight comes on feet, and the distribution of body weight on different parts of the 2 feet can easily. The remedy of this problem is either to use proper footwear which support the arches or do proper exercises. Now the person to person, the flat foot problem varies and hence need different footwear. Having appropriate arches according to their need, hence a smart footwear may help which modify the arches based on individual requirements. Issue related to smart footwear. Now I'm working on this because I'm PhD scholar. My topic is also this. So these are the some problem: number of sensor, type of sensors decided, location of sensors and other components in the footwear, power sources, accuracy of GPC, flexibility of footwear, cost, data privacy and security, and aesthetics of footwear. Functions of smart footwear: physical health, mental health, assistive footwear, improve comforts, energy harvesting, memory footwear, and smart footwear for identifying individual traits and characteristics, auto shoe polishing, cleaning, washing, and smart footwear. Concerns with the leather footwear: environmental pollution by leather industry, animal cruelty, low sustainability. Alternatives and sustainable practices: use eco-friendly material, recycled and biodegradable material, natural fibers like cactus, hemp, bamboo, and soles we can made from waste product like rotten potatoes, orange peels, sugarcane husk, and kitchen wastage. Circular economy: reversing old shoes or create new ones, reduces waste and offers affordable footwear. Reducing carbon footprint: sustainable materials and recycling help lower environmental impact. Sustainable alternate footwear materials: rising base material concerns. India produces 5 to 10% potatoes. Rotten potatoes, leather dust contributes to eco-friendly product development, promotes environmental sustainability. We can see in the picture composite sheet made from potato seed as well. When I will see in 100x view from composite seed. Conclusion: the paper focuses on smart footwear, covering their functionalities, challenges, and design issues. Modern consumers are increasingly environmentally concise, influencing market trends. Animal leather is non-degradable and eco-friendly, promoting a shift towards sustainable materials. Sustainability is a key drive in the future of the footwear industry. The study improves sustainability in smart footwear by optimizing number of sensors, sensor placement, power sources. A sustainable composite sheet made from rotten potatoes has been developed as an alternate of leather. Uh, Future work includes testing seed physical, mechanical, and chemical properties, or comparing it with animal leather. The future of footwear lies in smart, sustainable solution and balanced technology with eco-friendliness. Thank you. Thank you for your attention.
Okay, what's your final goal?
Sir, I just want to make that kind of footwear that will help also eco-friendly as well. If somebody have a issue in on foot, so I will design accordingly.
Are you student or
I'm a
faculty?
research scholar.
Okay, so I think the concept is good. So you can contact your faculty members and you can file a patent also. Just for the suggestions.
हाँ जी sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. We'll be moving towards our next presentation, which will be presented by Dhanush Devaraj. The paper title to be presented is The Motherhood Bias, Analyzing Promotions and Leadership Prospects for Women Post-Maternity in India.
Good morning, sir. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So I'm sharing my screen.
Yeah.
Are you able to see my screen, sir?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
It's visible.
So good morning to one and all. My name is Dhanush Devaraj, and my fellow members are Kashinath S, Yadu Krishnan, and our guide's name is Dr. Murli Venugopal. And our topic is motherhood bias, analyzing promotion and leadership prospects for women post-maternity in India. And we are students of Amadar School of Business, Amadar Vishwavidyapitham, Kochi.
Very good topic.
So motherhood bias profoundly affects the Indian woman's career progression, especially in promotion and leadership after maternity leave. A deep-rooted stereotypic questions from mothers' commitment and ability, creating a career barrier to advancement and also balancing career and caregiving, which women faces structural and cultural obstacles that limit their opportunities, and understanding those social workplace and policy dynamics is crucial to foster inclusive suitable career paths for working mothers in India. Problem statement. Motherhood bias continues to restrict women leadership prospects in India post maternity leave. That is, nearly 70% of women face workplace discrimination after returning from maternity. And post childbirth, women are 30% likely to be promoted than their male counterparts or peers. And thirdly, only 14% of those reach the senior management roles are held by women, exposing this deep semantic system barriers. These patterns reflect not just on career stagnation, but a broader cycle of gendered exclusion from leadership, demanding a structural and cultural reform. And our research objective is analyzing the impact of motherhood bias on women's leadership and the promotion prospects post maternity to uncover the structural and cultural barriers impending career progression post childbirth, access the workplace discrimination during re entry post maternity leave, and propose an actionable strategy to support suitable career reintegration and leadership access. So, our research question is, how does motherhood bias influence the promotion and the leadership opportunities for women in India after maternity leave? And what organizations practice could mitigate its effect? And the research gap that we found out is, although there is a lot of global research addressing this same gender equality and workplace perception post childbirth, there is a critical lack of focus inquiry into the motherhood biases in India, particularly in its impact on leadership advancement post maternity. This study fills the void, analyzing the sector specific barriers, proposing a practical, context driven intervention methodology. This research adopts a systematic literature review, that is SLR, to create and analyze, critically analyze, and synthesize the existing studies. The SLR process involves rigorous selection and evaluation and interpretation of literature to develop a comprehensive understanding of motherhood bias and its influence on women's career progression post maternity. So we have taken literature, some of the literature highlights, that is motherhood disrupts career opportunity workplace, discrimination drives that may, 1 second please, prospects on a strong motherhood disrupts career opportunity, workplace discrimination drives that may exist despite support programs, and women faces proportional, interpersonal, systematic barriers. Mentorship and leadership programs are critical to overcoming data and structural constraints like hierarchy, occupational stagnation, and gender responsibility hinders leadership post maternity, extending maternity to leave to 26 weeks is unintentionally reduced employment for married and younger women, worsening their motherhood penalty. Protective laws exist, but limited awareness, especially on re-entry and surrogacy rights, restrict the woman's workplace empowerment. So addressing the research gap question through the SLR, that is a strong motherhood bias limits the woman's leadership prospects due to systematic and cultural barriers. Career penalties arise from hiring bias, negative views on material competence, and weak employer support. IT and corporate sectors provide better re-entry options. Traditional industries faces higher attrition. And extended maternity leave reduces the hiring opportunity and amid the employer cost concerns. So, a gender neutral parental leave, reskilling, return to work programs are key to improving the leadership pathways. So, our findings are mothers face a wage gap, hiring bias, promotion barriers due to perceived lower commitment. Existing legal protections often fail to practice, sometimes triggering converting hiring discrimination. So, cultural norms impose a conflicting demand between motherhood and career growth. Leadership roles remain a scare for mothers, especially in male dominated sectors. And child's burdens and inflexible work structures limit the career progress advancement. Lastly, the organization will, with flexible policies and mentorships and structure to the re-entry, retain and promote mothers to the profession better. And to a conclusion, uh, the motherhood penalty severely limits the woman's career growth, leadership access, and wages in India. Persistent workplace biases, cultural norms undermine legal protection and block the advancement post maternity. Closing this gap requires a robust policy enforcement, organizing commitment, cultural change, future work should target industry specific solutions and inclusive strategies to build equitable leadership pathways. So these are references. Thank you.
Okay. Have you prepared any kind of policy, comparative
Sir?
policy of different nation kind of thing? As an
So
outcome?
basically, more than policies, what we understood is that our practically we have gone through a lot of survey. Through our personally, we have done polls, or we have understood that women faces a selection of when they are in an option of choosing into career progression into the next level from A to B. Let's say in a managerial to top managerial, they are having limited liability. They are having that barrier, sir, that they are not being selected. It is not that it is not evident entirely, sir, but then that happens there. It becomes a secondary choice. That is what we understood, sir.
Okay. I think if you can do the comparative study across the nations, and you can submit to the government of India, the welfare department of Labor and Authority. It would be good
Sir.
initiative, and they can inform them all that private as well as government institutes and organizations to fulfill that at least policy
Certainly,
in
sir.
their organizations or
Yes, sir.
whatever it is.
Sir, thank you, sir.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Now we'll be moving towards our next presentation. And the next presentation will be presented by Vanishri Pabalkar on a paper titled Understanding Unsupervised Learning Using Hierarchical Clustering. The author or any co-authors of this paper in the meeting? Okay, there seems to be no response. Then we'll be moving towards our last presentation for the session. And the last presentation for the session will be presented by Soumitra De, who will be presenting his paper titled Process of Imprecise Data Using New Methods of Neuroscopic Study. Mr. Soumitra, the co-founder of this paper.
I think he's available. I can see the name.
Yeah.
The screen is visible?
No, sir. No. Can you just try sharing the screen again? Because right now my screen was also sharing. So just try sharing the screen once again.
Are you visible? It is visible?
Yes, sir. The screen is visible.
Okay. Good morning to all of you. My name is Soumitra De, College of Engineering Management, Kolaghat, Assistant Professor from West Bengal. And today I am going to present my paper. And the paper name is the process of imprecise data using new methods of nucleoscopic set. And the abstract is that here is the nucleoscopic outlines are there, abstract, introduction, nucleoscopic set, and design structures, new methods, problems with solutions, similarity measures, conclusions, and the references are there. The abstract with the nucleoscopic set is basically much more powerful to process the imprecise informations compared to the vague set. Why? Because the vague set basically consists of two membership values. One is the truth and then the false membership value. But nowadays, so many uncertain data are there where the imprecise part is also be involved. So imprecise part only can be handled by the nucleoscopic data set because it consists of three membership. One is the truth, indeterminacy part, as well as the false membership value. So that's why the nucleoscopic data set is much more powerful to handle the uncertain data where the imprecise information is being available. And now we are trying to handle the new methodology using this new methodology of imprecise nucleoscopic set to handle the imprecise data and a real life problem. Introduction is that means that nowadays the classical relational database model is unable to process the uncertain data. So many difficulties are there. So that's why we are thinking about the nucleoscopic data set. And initially it has been discovered by the Smarendis 2001. But actually he was saying that the truth membership, indeterminate membership, and the false membership, these three memberships should be the part of the nucleoscopic set. But he never can explain in a mathematical point of view. Only he said that in a psychological point of view. But we have expressed it in a mathematical point of view so that we can solve any real life problem in a mathematical way and minimize the error and give the proper outcome to the common people. So that's why we have defined the new nucleoscopic set. Here each membership, truth membership value, false membership, and the indeterminacy membership value must lie between 0 to 1, and the truth and false membership value summation must be less than equal to 1, and three membership value must lie less than equal to 2, and it cannot be more than 2. This is the new mathematical orientation. We have chalked out the plan to solve this problem of uncertain data where the indeterminacy part is present. Now this is the design structure where we have taken the input of the taken the input where of uncertain data where the imprecise part is also being there, and after that we have been processed through the nucleoscopic interface, and we are applying this methodology, and after that we are generating the output, which, and these are the outputs we are being basically kept inside the database, and then using the benchmark of this particular output we are concluding that particular person is being suffered or not. Basically, we are nurture this real life problem of a patient when the patient is going to a pathological lab for testing their blood sample in one particular pathological lab. But here we have basically chalk out the blood, the same patient, the same blood sample. We are basically tested in the 5 different pathological labs. And over there, when the tester will be tested this blood sample, some indeterminacy part are being there in this particular data set. That indeterminacy part is being crucial. It will be added with the false or it will be added with the truthness value so that it will be taking a decision whether this patient is being suffering from the particular disease or not. So that's why we are using this methodology. At the 3 steps we have been considered. The first step is the truth value is greater than the indeterminacy and the false less than equal to indeterminacy part. If all these cases, if the condition is at least less than at least 70% among all pathological labs, then we can say patient is being affected. Then 70% we have been considered because we are basically discussed with the pathological person who will be testing of the blood sample, and according to the conversion with them, we have basically fixed up this benchmark 70%. And the step 2, the differences between the indeterminacy and the falseness value is at least 70% of the positive value. Then we have to consider the patient is being affected. And the third step is if the sum of the truth and indeterminacy is greater than the sum of the false and indeterminacy, then we can conclude the patient is affected. If these three steps, all the cases, if these three steps are correct, then we can say patient is fully affected. If any two steps are correct, then means the patient is affected moderately. Otherwise, if anyone is true, then the patient is just affected. We never can say it is moderate or fully affected. Now we are considered the patient, one particular patient blood sample, and that blood sample has been tested 5 different pathological lab, and when the person has been tested the blood sample, and these are the data we have been collected from this pathological lab for a particular patient, where the truthness value is the first value, middle value is the indeterminacy part, and last value is the falseness value. And among these three different value, we are basically applying this particular method and calculating the output with the best of the system. And in this particular case, we are saying that the case condition in the step 1, 5 different samples are there. In the one case is it false and 4 are true. So among the 5 different tested in the 5 different laboratory, or the 4 cases are we are getting the positive result. If we apply the step 2 also, that means here also among the 5, the 4 different labs basically giving the positive result. So here also we can say the step 2 condition is to the patient has suffered. And then step 3 also we are basically calculating in that way as per the methodology has been concerned, that the value has been calculated. Here this value is the greater than this the second value, so the patient is being suffered from disease. For these 3 cases, as per the methodologies are being concerned 3 steps. All these 3 steps are true. So the patient has affected fully from the particular disease. Whatever the disease he has been affected, for a particular disease, we are basically taking the sample, blood sample. We are giving the 5 different laboratory, and they have been tested for that particular disease, and they should provide the particular data as per the truth value, indeterminacy, and the false value. And after that, collecting these 3 field-oriented data from 5 different laboratories, we have applying this methodology. We are basically getting the result. Well, basically nowadays in situation is that if I test my blood sample in a particular lab, if the pathologist says that this is the positive, so we are basically confused. Actually, it is positive, so we have to test it in the several lab in the same blood sample. So that's why we are thinking about that if we help the pathologist so that they can conclude that actually the patient has been suffered or not. So that means it will be helpful for the pathologist as well as for the patient for getting the confidence whether actually he is being suffered or not. Then also this thing
sir.
also we can. Sorry.
Yes, I just wanted to remind that you have 2 minutes of time left to conclude your presentation.
Okay, thank you. Then same thing we can check it by the similarity measures between the 2 different nutroscopic data. If I say that a patient is already being suffered, that means the truthfulness value is 1, falseness value is 0, indeterminacy is 0. This is the actual value. Now the 5 different 5 different blood sample oriented nutroscopic representation is that, and each and every nutroscopic data will be tested with the similarity measure with the actual value 1, 0 and 0, and then we are trying to getting the similarity measures value. So here let us consider first is whether the patient is already affected. If the patient is fully affected, that means the truthness value is 1, indeterminacy is 0, and falseness is 0. Now it will be compared with the data, each and every data which are getting from each pathological lab, and we are getting the similarity measures between these 2 values. Here also we are calculating that here the similarities values we are calculating as per this formula is given. Here also we are taking that the more than 75% the positiveness is there. So both the cases, whether it is the applying the methodology, whether using the similarity measures, both the way we are getting the conclusion is that the patient has been suffered by a particular disease, because both the cases the benchmark 70% has been crossed for testing operations. And now the conclusion is that this is the new methodology, new concept of nutroscopic data set representation to handle the imprecise data. Now we are trying to focus in future to develop a particular tool. That tool will be helping for the pathologist in a particular pathological lab, and it will be handy for putting the values and getting the output result. Not only they are result calculating from the machines, then the conclusions also the pathologist can make from these particular tools orientations also, whether the patient has been suffered or not. So this is the way, this is the actually our motto in this particular work. one paper. These are the references. Is there any questions, sir?
No, thank you. I think others you are muted.
Oh yeah, I really apologize for same. So I just wanted to say that we have a last presentation, Manishri Pabalkar, who will be presenting a paper titled Understanding Unsupervised Learning Using Hierarchical Clustering. So the author or any co-author of this paper in the meeting? Okay, there seems to be no response.
I think somebody
Yes,
raised a hand.
yeah, right. Yes, Deepak sir. Any issues?
Yes, sir. Is there my name is announced before?
No, sir. I just want. Can you just tell me which session you have been allotted to?
Uh,
Or the
9:30
paper.
p.m.
Sorry.
Paper name is paper ID is 783.
93.
Paper
So
title
you,
is kind of it.
yeah. Let me just check it. Just give me 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Can you just repeat your paper ID?
783.
786.
33.
3. Okay. Just give me 2 minutes.
Yes.
Can you speak titles? Meanwhile, I can also check.
Yes. Satellite image analytics for tree enumeration for diversion of forest land.
I think it is not there in the 7C, that is current session, virtual room number 7C.
Okay.
You can check the agenda and you can find the title, or you can search your name and you'll be finding appropriate link also. Thank you.
So I'm not able to see your paper ID in coming 2 sessions as well. You must have been, yeah, you are in 8D, which will be the next session in the D room. This is currently 7C going on. So, yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. So, yeah, now this concludes our session. Just give me a minute here. Yeah. So at the end, I sincerely thank all our authors for the excellent presentations and contribution in this session, and all our participants for being a part of this international conference. Now, I hope this session was informative enough, and we, on behalf of the whole team, thank you for the support during this 10th version and all the previous 9 versions of the conference. And we'll be happy to have you in the 11th version in 2026. All the presenters would be getting their digital certificates through email within 2 working days. Further, all the papers have already forwarded to the Springer. The publication will be live within 7 to 8 months. We request you kindly cooperate with the team of ICT4SD 2025. Lastly, I also thank our session chair, Dr. Prajapati, for chairing the session. So here's a token of appreciation on behalf of Team ICT4SD 2025 and Global Knowledge Research Foundation and partners. Thank you for your valuable presence.
Thank you very much.
Yes. Lastly, I kindly request you all to switch on the camera for a quick snapshot of the virtual conference. I request all the authors to turn on their cameras. Thank you all. Stay safe and take care.